Hey everyone, Nuzlet here, and today we're doing another versus matchup video. This one's going to be slightly different from the usual. It's going to be two characters from the same series, if you can't already tell by the title and the thumbnail. It's more going to be to do with like power scaling rather than just going over individual feats, strength, durability, and things like that. It's just going to go over who would win in a fight, power versus power. Of course, it's going to be Dragon Ball GT Goku versus Dragon Ball Super Manga Goku from pre-Turn of Power, so no Ultra Instinct. If you enjoy this video, dislike and subscribe, and let's get into this video. A lot of people underestimate Dragon Ball GT Goku's power, considering people are often under the way of thinking that anything in Dragon Ball Super beats Dragon Ball GT, which isn't necessarily true. I would say that anything that's Super Saiyan God Goku with like God Essence and beyond that is way too powerful for Dragon Ball GT, as we'll get into later on in this video. But it's different for the manga, as we'll also soon find out as well. The reason why a lot of people are one of the things that a lot of people overlook when talking about Dragon Ball GT Goku is that Dragon Ball GT takes place in the same timeline as the non-canon Dragon Ball Z movies. We know this since he knows the Dragon Fist, which was learned in the Wrath of the Dragon movie, and the Super Android 17 arc we see villains such as Broly and Janemba come back. So yeah, there's not much there's not much to say that they're not part of the same story, considering they're under the same company that made them. So this means we could also use feats from the movies as well, which there are quite a lot of insane feats for Goku in the movies. For example, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, when transforming, shook the afterlife when doing so, and the afterlife is a universe in size. So this would mean that Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so shaking a universe, a size realm. It's you could say is universal, although I can understand why people would say it's a little bit of a stretch. However, Ultimate Gohan is stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku in this timeline as well, and in Dragon Ball GT he never stops training. In fact, he even learns to stack Super Saiyan on top of that, and yet despite that, Dragon Ball GT base Goku was able to beat Dragon Ball GT Super Saiyan Ultimate Gohan. So this bare minimum puts him 50 times more powerful than the Super Saiyan 3 Goku that shook the universe, or a universe-sized realm, just by powering up. So, 50 times universal for base GT Goku, I think is quite a reasonable conclusion to come to. He also gets stronger throughout the series. For example, we know he gets roughly 10 times more powerful from then to the Super 17 arc, since Majib rather, does much better against Baby, who was able to beat Super Saiyan 3 Goku without much difficulty at all, and Super Saiyan Goku was able to take on Super Android 17 when Majib couldn't. So this would realistically put him at around 10 times more powerful, although it is kind of headcanon-y, if you can or not, the class is 10 times more powerful. Regardless, you could say he gets another 10 times more powerful after absorbing the Dragon Balls at the end of GT, as Omega Shenron did when he absorbed the Dragon Balls. Although again, it's a bit, it's not confirmed, so it's a bit, just drawing conclusions from where you can. So I think it's reasonable to come to the conclusion that Dragon Ball GT Goku in base at the end of Dragon Ball GT is around 5,000 times universal. I think that makes sense. So we apply the Super Saiyan multiplier, so we have to them, times by 50, 100, and 400 for Super Saiyan 1 to 3, and realistically you would get 250,000 times universal for Super Saiyan, 500,000 times universal for Super Saiyan 2, and 2 million times universal for Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan 4, there's no concrete, or fit canon multiplier, so we kind of have to make guesses from what we've seen in the Baby arc. We know that Baby was able to beat Super Saiyan 3 Goku without much hassle, and then fought Super Saiyan 4 Goku as a Golden Nazaru, which as we know is a 500 times multiplier. And because of that you could realistically say that Super Saiyan 4 is 500 times more powerful than Super Saiyan 3. So putting those calculations in with what we already have, he would come out to 400 billion times universal. And this is why I say that anything beyond that Super Saiyan God Goku post God Essence in Dragon Ball Super is more powerful, because, you know, universal power times universal is more than 400 billion times universal. But still, Dragon Ball GT Goku is heavily underestimated, at least from what I've seen in the power scaling community. Moving on to the Manga Goku, pre-tournament power. You know, he, you know, shakes the universe like he did in the anime with Beerus and Super Saiyan God, right, as usual. However, unlike in the anime, he doesn't absorb it into his base form and, you know, gets Super Saiyan God in base. And because of that, he is much weaker than he is in the anime, and that's why I decided to put these two up against each other. The thing is, though, then we have to figure out how powerful base Goku is before getting Super Saiyan God, to then find out Super Saiyan God's multiplier. So Goku in the Buu arc, first off, was in Super Saiyan 2 more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who was more powerful than Super Perfect Cell, who was going to destroy the solar system. And Super Saiyan 3 Goku is more powerful than 3 Super Saiyan 2s, according to Piccolo, which makes sense considering Super Saiyan 4 is 4 times that of Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan 2. So, given that, you could realistically say that base Goku here is large star level to low solar system level. And considering the fact that at the start, like in the very first chapter of Dragon Ball Super, Goku has seen training against past enemies in Super Saiyan, and one of them is Kid Buu, who he was able to fight as a Super Saiyan 3. Granted, he was losing that fight, but then again, we don't actually see him fight Kid Buu, we just know he was going to in Super Saiyan. So you could say he got 8 times more powerful, since that's the difference between Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 3. So, that being said, you could say that base Goku is solar system level as a highball, since if it was even lower than that and it was large star level, then it would be an even bigger multiplier. So the multiplier for Super Saiyan God, obviously you'd have to find the difference between you'd have to take what it takes to destroy a universe and what it takes to destroy a solar system and divide it against each other, and this roughly equates out to 26 septillion times universe, or not the universal, times solar system level. And that is Super Saiyan God, and obviously it doesn't absorb into his base form, and there are people out there that believe that Goku isn't classed as universal in the Battle of Gods arc in the manga, just because nothing is really destroyed, which is incorrect. I mean, obviously nothing was destroyed, but then again, nothing was destroyed in the anime, and Elder Kai does say the universe is in jeopardy because of the fight, and the shockwaves are sent all throughout it, and even then, the universe within Dragon Ball is the 7th universe, is multiple universes in size, so even if you didn't want to say that, you know, he's at least universal by our own standards. Alright, I think that would be a relatively, you know, okay lowball if we really want to go with that. The Future Trunks arc then happens, with Future Trunks and Super Saiyan 2 not even being able to beat base Goku Black. And then the same Super Saiyan 2 Trunks fights Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and they are stated to be roughly equals, if not Super Saiyan 3 Goku is slightly higher. And of course that's arguing that Goku could have been holding back, but then equally he had to go to Super Saiyan God to beat him, so it is kind of up in the air whether it is or not, so we're just going to say that he wasn't holding back for now. Super then, after learning about Goku Black, they train for a bit, or at least Vegeta and Trunks do, with Goku doing a bit of meditation down the back. And Vegeta then fights Goku Black as a Super Saiyan. Both of them are Super Saiyans. And they were roughly equal, if not Vegeta was even slightly higher. So, since Goku and Vegeta are at least bare minimum comparable to each other, you could say they got 20,000 times more powerful. Adding on the fact that Goku has been constantly training with Whis all the time, there is a realistic highball for him to be multi-solar system or galaxy and base. So you could go that way, but you know, obviously it just really depends on what how powerful you think base Goku is in Dragon Ball Super manga. Now then, so for Super Saiyan Blue, we know that it is weaker than 10, or Super Saiyan God is stronger than 10% of Super Saiyan Blue. But for the sake of a highball, we're just going to say that Super Saiyan Blue is 10 times more powerful than Super Saiyan God. And because of that, that would make him 200,000 times universal. So that really means that base GT Goku would absolutely slap him up in a fight. However, the one thing that changes this is Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. We don't really have obviously I don't have a multiplier for this either. We just know that it is stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. However, we also know that it could be comparable to base Vegito, as fused Zamasu, or God Zamasu as the manga calls him, was fairly confident in fighting base Vegito, and then went to fight Master Super Saiyan Goku, so Master Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and while yes he wasn't losing, he was still getting a very decent run for his money, so you could say Super Saiyan Blue Goku is comparable to base Vegito. So this can mean that Master Super Saiyan Blue could be a fusion level multiplier, which is absolutely mental, because fusion it's kind of up in the air as to what the multiplier is. We know that in the Daizenshu that Vegito is roughly or somewhere above Super Saiyan 3 Goku from the Buu Saga when they fused. So you could say it's 400 times that. If you were to go with 400 times, then yeah, he would be above base GT Goku, but you know, all the other Super Saiyan forms would absolutely destroy him. So if you were to go with what's more commonly accepted, the X times X formula for Potara fusion, then you would have something absolutely bonkers, because then it would be a universal multiplier times by another universal multiplier, which, as we already said, is above Dragon Ball GT Goku in quite a substantial amount. So, you know, it just really comes down to what the fusion multiplier is. Now, you could say that Super Saiyan Blue should be above base Vegito, since, you know, it could just be a fusion of their two base forms together to make then base Vegito. However, this can be easily debunked, as we've already seen. Base Vegito is much more powerful than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and a Chinese guide is even more powerful than Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And as we see in the Buu Saga, you know, Super Saiyan 3 Goku is able to fight Fat Buu, and then goes on to, of course, Fat Buu gets much stronger since then, becomes Super Buu, and then absorbs Gotenks, Piccolo, and Gohan. So, you know, Goku and Vegeta would stand absolutely no chance even at full power, and yet base Vegito, you know, was still able to stand up to him, and Super Saiyan Vegito was absolutely slapping him around. So, you know, it is not out of the park, not outlandish to say that base Vegito is more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So that's really it for the video. I apologise, there's not much of a concrete answer. It just depends on what you believe the fusion multiplier is. So yeah, that's really it. If we used the 400 times thing for Goku, for Master Super Saiyan Blue, then GT Goku would absolutely slap. He would absolutely destroy him. But if we were to use Master Super Saiyan Blue as the you know, X times X fusion multiplier, then you would say that Goku just in Dragon Ball Super absolutely destroys Dragon Ball GT. You could say that Dragon Ball GT Goku still stands a chance, considering how obviously Master Super Saiyan Blue takes a massive toll on Goku's life force, or just stamina. However, even if Goku was 1,000,000 times weaker than base Vegito as a Master Super Saiyan Blue, he would still be much more powerful than GT Goku. And remember, Goku in the manga has the Hakai, and while yes, fused Zamasu or God Zamasu was able to survive the Hakai, that was mostly down to one of three things. You know, Goku's inexperience of using the Hakai, Zamasu just using his portal technique that he has in the manga to get out of there, and his regeneration ability, since he'd lost half his body when doing so. So, you know, if he did that to GT Goku, then, you know, he would be missing half his body and would die. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, dislike and subscribe. If you want more power scaling videos, like I intend to do other ones between two Dragon Ball characters, and possibly even between two JoJo characters, but, you know, put your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.